All right, education. Let me just tell you that in my estimation of the value of education you could get through public education in Michigan, my estimation of it, up in Traverse City, Grand Traverse County, TCAPS, outstanding. My kids are two examples of the fruit of a good system. All right, very valuable academic contribution from my kids. So overall, does everybody have the opportunity that I did and my family did in Traverse City? No. So here's what I want to do about education. I'll tell you my general opinion of how I think it's being viewed and politicized. And then I'm asking you, please, on all these videos, I'm asking you to comment. Here's a guy that's running for a nomination for governor and is willing to go on to run for president. I'm offering you a chance to get to know me. I've got, 1,000 videos on YouTube now between my channel and the Ellis Unchained channel, Chris Ellis Unchained. You can get to know a politician, an aspiring politician. You can see my contributions, my academic contributions. I'm going to tell you right now, anybody who reads regenerationmodel.com, my blog article, Do You Value Regeneration? They're going to know that they're dealing with an academic. I have 2 master's degrees with 3.88 grade point average. Between those two, 3.88. So I was a former Navy diver. I was a terrible high school student. I graduated right smack in the middle. I was a class clown. All right, I learned how to study when I was in the Navy. Because if you don't pass those tests, you don't get to go on to the next week of class. And they were given every Friday. So academics in Michigan is being politicized. It's people in power, people with money, trying to drive wedges and in every case control market share. Very little value is given anymore in our society by the wealthy. Very little value is given to children or our systems, and they don't equate people and wealth. They have completely cut the value chain in half and detached themselves because they're feeding off of the wealth of the result of a strong value chain, of a strong work ethic society, which is from a knowledgeable society, a society who has skills from knowledge, from going to school. All right? And what those jerks are doing is taking their knowledge and accelerating a feeding frenzy on the structures that were already produced. And they're cutting off the lifeblood to the next generation of people who are ready, willing, and able to strengthen society through education, training, and application of knowledge in organizations like companies. So if that's going over your head, this is what I'm going to summarize it as. Rich people are the problem. It's not teachers. Teachers were doing just a dandy job and getting better until several years ago, probably 25, 30 years ago, especially the Republicans, they have a deep-seated hatred toward teachers, in my opinion. I think that that's derived from a jealousy about a 9-month work cycle and 3 months off. Am I wrong? Tell me in the comment section, am I wrong? It's always the Republicans who lead these changes against the school systems. No Child Left Behind by a president who looks like the cover of Mad Magazine. The guy with the big ears, what's his name? Come on. The guy who flies in with his leather jacket on an aircraft carrier and says, look at me, how I'm saving the world. Not very smart. A guy who sits in a kindergarten class like he's innocently reading books to children, okay, while planes crash into the Twin Towers. Staged, people. There's no coincidences in that shit. What does this have to do with education? Everything. You're talking to a man who stood and was an eyewitness of the Challenger explosion. Okay? Eyewitness. I was a recruit chief petty officer leading 80 guys to the chow hall, and I saw the launch from Cape Canaveral, and I saw it out of the corner of my eye, and I said, right, company halt, right face, and all of my guys, we all witnessed the explosion of the Challenger, and it made us sick. Do you know why the Challenger exploded? Because there was a teacher on board. There was a teacher on board who was trying to bring a space program into every high school, or every school. There was going to be a monitor so all the kids growing up could look and see what was going on in the space station. This is education related, my friends. And it wasn't until I went into my master's programs when I learned about the intricate F-ups of the engineering and how it was glossed over, and they knew that thing was going to explode. Okay, this is not conspiracy. I'm telling you that the people are in charge of education. I'm going to go right back to the bill writing. We can strengthen our country from writing our own bills. We've got to get our processes, our bill writing and our legal and our legislative processes back into the hands of we the people and out of the hands of corporate frauds. All right? So, I don't get involved in the current issues, how they're pitted against Republican and Democrat, because those are all being influenced by oligarchs' opinions. Oligarchs, kleptocrats' opinions, and they're being driven to divide. So what am I doing? As your nominated, as the governor you want nominated, I'm going to say, listen, folks, use your hands. Go on my website and start writing your bill, and then we'll bring so much pressure on how we want a bill to look before it gets into the passing and completions and signed into law stage. We're going to control what those bills are. We're not going to hide money in bills anymore written by senators who don't even bother to read them and approving, God only knows, hundreds and thousands and billions of dollars to projects that don't go to schools. They go to contractors. And okay, you get it? All right, next topic. Leave your comments.